Baltimore County, Maryland, smoke detector requirements for residential buildings, including condominiums and tenant spaces, are governed by the Baltimore County Code of Public Safety, specifically Article 5, Fire Prevention, Amendments 2022-5-831, Chapter 15, Smoke Detectors and Carbon Monoxide Detectors. Section 15.101, General. Paragraph 8 mandates the installation of smoke detectors in all habitable rooms, basements, and common hallways of residential buildings. Section 15.103, Smoke Detectors. Paragraph 8 specifies the precise locations for smoke detector installation. Firstly, each bedroom. Secondly, outside each sleeping area. Thirdly, on every level of the dwelling unit. Fourthly, in the basement. And fifthly, within 10 feet of the door leading to the attached garage. Paragraph B then specifies the type of smoke detector required, whether photoelectric or ionization. Section 15.104 addresses testing and maintenance. Paragraph A requires smoke detectors to be tested and maintained in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions. Paragraph B stipulates that landlords are responsible for testing smoke detectors in tenant spaces annually. It's important to note that condominiums and tenant spaces are classified as residential buildings and are therefore subject to these requirements. Landlords may also have additional obligations under their lease agreements regarding the installation and maintenance of smoke detectors. For further information, you can consult the Baltimore County Fire Marshal's Office and the Maryland State Fire Marshal's Office. A smoke detector is an essential fire safety device that detects the presence of smoke, typically indicating a fire. They emit a loud alarm to alert occupants, providing them with valuable time to escape. There are two primary types of smoke detectors: photoelectric and ionization. Photoelectric smoke detectors are generally more effective at detecting slow, smoldering fires, which produce larger particles of smoke. They work by shining a beam of light into a sensing chamber. When smoke enters the chamber, it scatters the light, which is then detected by a photocell, triggering the alarm. Ionization smoke detectors, on the other hand, are better at detecting fast-flaming fires, which produce smaller particles of smoke. They have a small amount of radioactive material between two electrically charged plates, which ionizes the air and creates a current. When smoke enters the chamber, it disrupts the current, triggering the alarm. It is also possible to have dual-sensor smoke detectors that have both ionization and photoelectric technology into a single detector. These devices can be useful to have in areas where you are not sure what kind of fire it will be, or if you just want to have a faster chance to detect a fire. Placement of smoke detectors is critical for their effectiveness. As stated earlier, codes often dictate specific locations, but some best practices can be applied even beyond the basics. Smoke rises, so mounting detectors on ceilings or high on walls is recommended. Avoid placing them near windows, doors, or air vents, as drafts can interfere with their ability to detect smoke. In a multi-story home, install detectors on each level, including the basement. Within each sleeping area, install detectors both inside and outside of bedrooms. Interconnected smoke detectors are highly recommended. When one detector senses smoke, all detectors in the system sound the alarm, providing an early warning throughout the building. This is particularly important in larger homes or buildings with multiple levels. Testing smoke detectors regularly is essential to ensure they are functioning properly. Most detectors have a test button that, when pressed, simulates the presence of smoke and triggers the alarm. Test your smoke detectors at least once a month. Battery-powered smoke detectors require regular battery replacements. A good practice is to replace the batteries every 6 months, or when the detector starts chirping, indicating a low battery. Consider using long-life batteries to reduce the frequency of replacements. Hardwired smoke detectors, which are connected to the building's electrical system, typically have a battery backup. Even with a hardwired system, it is important to test the detectors regularly and replace the batteries as needed. Smoke detectors do not last forever. Over time, dust, insects, and other contaminants can accumulate inside the detector, reducing its sensitivity. Replace smoke detectors every 10 years, or sooner if they are not functioning properly. When replacing a smoke detector, dispose of the old one properly. Some detectors contain radioactive material, so it is important to follow the manufacturer's instructions for disposal. Keep smoke detectors clean by vacuuming or dusting them regularly. This will help to prevent the accumulation of dust and debris that can interfere with their ability to detect smoke. Never paint over a smoke detector, as this can block the vents and prevent smoke from entering the sensing chamber. If you are a landlord, you have specific responsibilities regarding smoke detectors in your rental properties. In addition to the code requirements, lease agreements may outline additional obligations. Be sure to comply with all applicable laws and regulations. It is important to document all inspections, testing, and maintenance of smoke detectors in your rental properties. This documentation can be helpful in the event of a fire or other incident. Educate your tenants about the importance of smoke detectors and how to test and maintain them. Provide them with written instructions and encourage them to report any problems with the detectors to you immediately. Consider providing tenants with a supply of fresh batteries for their smoke detectors. This can help to ensure that the detectors are always functioning properly. If you're a tenant, you also have responsibilities regarding smoke detectors in your rental unit. Test the smoke detectors regularly and report any problems to your landlord immediately. Never remove or disable a smoke detector, as this can put your life and the lives of others at risk. If you have a battery-powered smoke detector, replace the batteries regularly. Keep the smoke detectors clean by vacuuming or dusting them regularly. Ensure that smoke detectors are not obstructed by furniture or other objects. Understanding the codes and regulations related to smoke detectors is crucial for ensuring fire safety. Ignorance of these rules does not excuse non-compliance, which can have serious consequences. Regularly review the relevant codes and regulations to stay up to date on the latest requirements. When in doubt, consult with a local fire marshal or a qualified fire protection professional. They can provide guidance and assistance in ensuring that your smoke detector system meets all applicable requirements. Fire safety inspections are often conducted by local fire departments or fire marshals. These inspections can help to identify potential fire hazards and ensure that buildings are in compliance with fire codes. Cooperate with fire safety inspectors and address any issues they identify promptly. Investing in fire safety is an investment in the safety of yourself, your family, and your property. Take the time to learn about fire safety and implement measures to prevent fires and protect yourself in the event of a fire. In addition to smoke detectors, consider installing carbon monoxide detectors in your home or rental property. Carbon monoxide is a colorless, odorless gas that can be deadly. Carbon monoxide detectors can alert you to the presence of carbon monoxide, giving you time to evacuate and seek medical attention. Develop a fire escape plan for your home or rental property. Practice the plan regularly with your family or tenants. Make sure everyone knows how to evacuate quickly and safely in the event of a fire. Consider installing a fire sprinkler system in your home or rental property. Fire sprinkler systems can quickly suppress fires, preventing them from spreading and causing serious damage. Keep fire extinguishers readily available in your home or rental property. Learn how to use a fire extinguisher properly. Fire extinguishers can be used to put out small fires, but they are not a substitute for calling the fire department. Take a fire safety course to learn more about fire prevention and safety. Many local fire departments and community organizations offer fire safety courses. Participate in community fire safety events to learn more about fire safety and connect with other members of your community. By taking these steps, you can help to create a fire-safe environment for yourself, your family, and your community. Furthermore, consider the specific needs of individuals with disabilities when planning for fire safety. Ensure that smoke detectors have visual and audible alarms to alert individuals with hearing impairments. Provide assistance to individuals with mobility impairments to ensure they can evacuate safely. Develop a communication plan to ensure that everyone is aware of fire safety procedures. Regular fire drills are essential for practicing evacuation procedures and identifying any potential problems. Conduct fire drills at different times of day and night to simulate different fire scenarios. Evaluate the effectiveness of fire drills and make adjustments to the fire escape plan as needed. Consider the impact of renovations or construction on fire safety. Ensure that any changes to the building meet all applicable fire codes. Properly store flammable materials to prevent fires. Keep flammable liquids in tightly sealed containers and away from heat sources. Dispose of flammable materials properly. Maintain electrical systems to prevent electrical fires. Have electrical systems inspected regularly by a qualified electrician. Repair or replace any damaged wiring or electrical components. Use caution when cooking to prevent cooking fires. Never leave cooking unattended. Keep flammable materials away from the stove. Clean grease buildup regularly to prevent grease fires. Be careful when using candles. Never leave candles unattended. Keep candles away from flammable materials. Use candle holders that are stable and heat resistant. Educate children about fire safety. Teach them how to recognize the sound of a smoke detector and how to evacuate safely in the event of a fire. Emphasize the importance of not playing with fire. Post emergency contact information in a visible location. Include the phone number for the fire department, police department, and poison control center. Keep a first aid kit readily available in case of injuries. Inspect the first aid kit regularly and restock any used items. Stay informed about fire safety issues in your community. Attend community meetings and subscribe to local news sources to stay up to date on the latest fire safety information. Support local fire departments and fire safety organizations. They play a vital role in protecting the community from fire. By working together, we can all help to prevent fires and keep our communities safe. In addition to the points already mentioned, consider the specific challenges posed by different types of residential buildings. High-rise buildings, for example, require specialized fire safety measures such as fire-resistant construction, automatic sprinkler systems, and fire evacuation plans. Apartment buildings present unique challenges due to the shared living spaces and the potential for fires to spread rapidly between units. Condominiums require a coordinated approach to fire safety, with both individual unit owners and the condominium association playing a role. Mobile homes are particularly vulnerable to fire due to their lightweight construction and the presence of flammable materials. Consider the specific fire risks associated with your type of residential building and take appropriate precautions. Be aware of the common causes of residential fires. These include cooking, heating, electrical malfunctions, smoking, and arson. Take steps to prevent these common causes of fires. Pay attention to fire safety warnings and alerts issued by local authorities. These warnings may provide information about specific fire risks in your area and recommend steps you can take to protect yourself. Report any suspected fire hazards to the appropriate authorities. This could include damaged electrical wiring, faulty appliances, or accumulations of flammable materials. Participate in community fire safety programs and initiatives. These programs can provide valuable information about fire prevention and safety. Support legislation and policies that promote fire safety. This could include measures to require smoke detectors in all residential buildings or to improve fire safety standards for building construction. Remember that fire safety is an ongoing responsibility. It requires constant vigilance and a commitment to taking the necessary steps to prevent fires and protect yourself in the event of a fire. By following these tips, you can help to make your home and community safer from fire. Additionally, consider the importance of maintaining a clear and accessible path of egress in case of a fire. Keep hallways and stairwells free of clutter and obstructions. Ensure that doors and windows can be opened easily. Designate a meeting place outside of the building where everyone can gather after evacuating. This will help to ensure that everyone is accounted for. Consider the needs of pets when developing your fire escape plan. Keep pets on leashes or in carriers during evacuations. Designate a safe place for pets to stay after evacuating. Be aware of the potential for fire to spread through concealed spaces, such as walls, ceilings, and attics. Seal any cracks or openings in these spaces to prevent the spread of fire. Use fire-resistant materials when renovating or remodeling your home. This can help to slow the spread of fire. Install fire stops in walls and ceilings to prevent the spread of fire through concealed spaces. Fire stops are barriers that are designed to block the passage of fire and smoke. Consider the impact of weather conditions on fire safety. Dry weather can increase the risk of wildfires. Extreme heat can increase the risk of electrical fires. Cold weather can increase the risk of heating fires. Take appropriate precautions based on the weather conditions in your area. Be aware of the potential for fire to spread from neighboring properties. Maintain a clear defensible space around your home to protect it from wildfires. Work with your neighbors to develop a community fire safety plan. Consider the benefits of having a home security system with fire detection capabilities. These systems can provide an early warning of a fire and automatically alert the fire department. Regularly review your insurance policy to ensure that you have adequate coverage in case of a fire. Be sure to understand the terms and conditions of your policy. Keep important documents in a fire-resistant safe or lockbox. This will protect them from damage in the event of a fire. Back up your important computer files regularly and store them off-site. This will ensure that you can recover your data in case of a fire. Be prepared to assist others in the event of a fire. If you are able, help others evacuate safely and provide assistance to those who may be injured. Remember that fire safety is a community effort. By working together, we can all help to prevent fires and protect our communities.